I want to discuss hideout warrior strategies at League Start. I would say most people would be better off by not attempting any hideout warrior strategy at League Start, mainly because in general hideout warrior strategies take time to see a return on your investment. There are going to be some exceptions, but most of them takes time to see a return. Most PoE players play for about 1 to 2 weeks. They want to have a blast, they want to upgrade their character. They don't want to invest money into some items sitting in their inventory waiting to sell. They don't want to do that. They want to invest in their character as much as possible to enjoy the game. However, if you are tempted by hideout warrior strategies because they usually tend to be very profitable, I'm going to give you some advice, but keep in mind hideout warrior strategies are usually boring. You would feel much more satisfaction by running a map and dropping a divine than crafting an item, selling it for 10 divines profit. That being said, if you want to try hideout warrior strategies at League Start, I'm going to recommend a few things that usually tend to have a much shorter time to see a return on your investment. When it comes to crafting, in general at League Start, you are going to have a huge success with rings, with chaos resistance, life, some elemental resistances, and crafted non-channeling as a prefix, non-channeling mana cost. Also, Stitch and Vices with chaos resistance and some life, some increased elemental damage with attack skills. It's going to sell well as well. Other items that tend to sell quite fast are going to be cluster jewels in general. And now I'm going to show you how to find items that usually sell fast. So when you go to PoE Ninja, here you are going to select by build. For example, let's go to Righteous Fire. Here in the left you are going to look at uniques, and if you see uniques that have a very high percentage usage, then you tend to stay away from crafting for that gear slot. Legacy of Fury is a pair of boots, 92% of them are using it. That means I'm not even considering crafting boots for Righteous Fire. Let's see, they have belt, so I will not touch belt, body armor, shield as well. In general, the items that sell fast are going to be the +2 amulets, weapons, in some cases the shield, and some exceptions are going to be dependent on the build, the helmet, the gloves, and the boots, but those are build dependent. What you do here, you sort by DPS, you open a few of them, and you just look at what items they're using. So you can craft the scepter, you can craft the amulet for this build, and you can craft the helmet. If you look at this, the helmet offers a meaningful upgrade because Righteous Fire is going to be socketed. If you look at this pair of gloves, this is also a very good pair of gloves, but chances are you're not going to sell these gloves quite fast, because if you look at them, they have +2 AoE and some maximum life, but they are used to give some levels to some skitterbots, to auras in general. So this, although it's a very good pair of gloves and it's quite hard to craft, it's going to be expensive, it does not offer a meaningful upgrade. So I would recommend you not to craft gloves for this build. Boots, as I said, 92% of them are using this unique, so you don't even attempt it. Rings, for example, this ring is very expensive, it's very good ring, but this would probably be the last upgrade that they are going to make for their build. You can try with body armors. In general, body armors are going to be easy to sell, But the problem with body armor for this build is that most of them are using the brass stone, so you'd have a hard time selling the body armor. So if you want to craft for righteous wire, I would look into crafting a helmet. Obviously this one is too expensive, you'd not craft a helmet like this, you'd craft something cheaper. You'd craft the scepter and the amulet, because the amulet is a +2 and damage over time multiplier is a very impactful upgrade. Let's select another build to show you, to make sure that you understood. Let's go Spectral Shield Throw, for example. As I said, look into cluster jewels, because in general cluster jewels sell fast. So first of all, what you do here, you look at to the left, so you see that you don't even touch this, the shield. You don't even consider crafting a shield or a helmet or an amulet. Gloves as well. So probably the only thing that you're left with, maybe you're going to check the body armor, the boots, and the weapon, and the cluster jewel as well. So let's see. Doesn't have impressive boots, so these are probably bad. So you'd look into how to craft a weapon like this. Maybe a body armor similar to this one, with mana reservation efficiency, some regenerate. So maybe the body armor and the scepter, but I would suggest the scepter because this offers a huge DPS boost. The body armor, it's whatever. Now, for example, I would pay more attention to boots because this guy uses double influence boots. So maybe they are actually very impactful. I'm not sure, but you can just pay attention to these boots, and if you see more people using similar boots, I don't think a pair of boots like this one is going to be worth crafting, because the other 4 people did not use a pair of boots like that. So boots are probably not worth. So I would only look into crafting a scepter for this build, and also cluster jewels, look into those as well. This is basically how you use crafting for profit, and also how you craft items that tend to sell fast. Let's discuss other things that you can apply at League Start, and you can usually see a return on your investment quite fast. It's going to be leveling up gems, awakened gems. I'm going to leave a video in the link. I'm going to leave a link in the description with a video where I explain Hideout warrior strategies, because then I demonstrate it in the game. Right now I'm not in the game, but I can say awakened gems, for example, awakened control distraction. Just giving an example. You can buy it level 1, gem level 1, corrupted, no, like this. And you can buy a beast called, so you can buy this gem right here, and you can buy a beast called let's make it Wild Bramblejack. You can basically use this beast to level control distraction from level 1 to level 2, and you can do this for awakened gems to make them level 5. And then if you make it, it only takes you like 3 or 4 minutes to make a gem level 5, and then if you have a profit of 100 to 300 to 200 kills for that gem, then that's quick money. And awakened gems usually tend to sell fast, especially the ones level 5, because people want awakened gems level 5 at League Start. And the other thing you could do with gems would be to change their alternate quality with primary grading lens. like this, and secondary regrading events. You have to use PoEDB, you have to go to PoE Ninja and look at gems. I'm going to leave the video in the description where I basically explain how this works, but this would change the quality on your gem. By default, the gem has superior quality. If you're using this, it can give you anomalous, divergent, and some gems are worth changing their quality, and you can make huge profits, and these gems tend to sell quite fast. Now, let's talk about investing. I would say stay away from investing. I think it's pretty bad. I mean, it's not bad, but if you only play for 1 or 2 weeks, there's no point in investing. There's nothing for you to gain by buying tempering orbs at least start and then sitting with 200, 300 divines worth of items in your stash, waiting for people to start crafting mirror items for the tempering orbs to rise in price. Or maybe you have vivid vultures, maybe you have great chimerals, wild bristleback, or I don't know. So don't invest. The only thing that comes to mind is going to be harvest the life force. So in the first day, in day 1 and day 2, harvest life force is going to be like 11 to 12,000 yellow life force for 1 divine, and then day 3 it's going to be like 6,000 or maybe 7,000, 6,000 yellow life force for 1 divine. So you can spend a lot of currency in day 1 and day 2 to buy a lot of life force and then flip it day 3. You can do that. Another hideout warrior strategy that it's usually going to be to have short time to see a return on your investment. Is going to be flipping cards for mirror shard, for divine orbs. In general, flipping doesn't take too much time. So you would buy 7 years bad luck, for example. You buy a bunch of these cards, and then you sell the mirror shard, and you make half a divine or a divine profit just by simply doing 13 trades, 14. Or you can do it with doctor, you can do it with the nurse, or you can just simply buy in bulk compasses and sell them to TFT. I'm going to leave a link with the video in the description. You can check that out. Basically, I did 1 hour of compasses. I just bought them one by one and then sold it in bulk and made like 18 divines in 1 hour doing that. I guess it took me half an hour later after buying all of them and running out of cash, and I managed to sell everything. So it didn't take that long. In general, flipping doesn't take long to see a return on your investment or to see profit. This is pretty much my recommendations when it comes to hideout warrior strategies at league start. As I said, most of you would be better off by not attempting any hideout warrior strategy at league start, but if you want to try it, these would be my suggestions, because it just simply, you are going to see profit much sooner.